Hello everyone, this is the Dysfunctional Shul number 6, and I'd like to share a story with you about a legend in the Jewish world, Robert M. Beren, Zichrono Livracha, who was taken from us just under a year ago. When they were building the shul in Palm Beach, his Rabbi Moshe Shiner, shared that Robert M. Beren saw something that is probably commonplace in most synagogues, and that is that the lectern from which usually the rabbi, the president, and other adults speak, when there's a bar mitzvah or a bat mitzvah in the synagogue, the bat mitzvah girl or the bar mitzvah boy speaks from. Well, it's no secret that that lectern is usually built at the height of adults and not of kids of bar mitzvah and bat mitzvah age. Robert M. Beren saw this and decided to design for his shul a lectern with a hydraulic system, so that it would be exactly and precisely at the height of every bar mitzvah and bat mitzvah girl. I share this story with you because I believe there's a huge lesson for our synagogue life in particular and for the Jewish world in general, in two different ways. Number one, if we want all our congregation to share their simchas in our shuls, we can't have a shul that on the one hand says, come and share your simchas with us, have every bar mitzvah and bat mitzvah be celebrated in the confines of the synagogue, and yet the furniture of the synagogue is not suitable to handle it. In a word, you can't ask a bat mitzvah girl or a bar mitzvah boy to address the congregation, and the lectern is not at their size. And therefore it's so important that that lectern be suitable and appropriate to welcome in not just adults, but also kids of bat mitzvah and bar mitzvah age. But there's a second reason. All of us have struggled with intent in services, standing before God in prayer and trying to just concentrate on prayer. The Code of Jewish Law, amongst his many ideas, says in Siman Tzadik Chet, Seif Aleph, in chapter 98, subdivision 1, that the way to do it is to yasir mimachshavto kol hamachshavot hartordot. Take out of your mind all the things that bother you and only concentrate on the prayer service. Now, it's no secret that the prayer service also consists of things that should bother you, namely, things that should be on the forefront of your mind that you're going to request from God. If it's the security situation, if it's people that are ill, etc. But what shouldn't be on your mind is the things that the Code of Jewish Law calls hatordot, that bother you. Namely, on the periphery, there are things such as the air conditioner is not strong enough, or the heater is not heating enough, or the table is flimsy, or the table's too low, or the table's too high. Imagine you're standing before God. You have an amazing opportunity of a rendezvous to speak to God face to face. And the one thing on your mind is, where do I put my sitter? How do I balance my sitter and also pray? Comes along the Code of Jewish Law and says, take care of all those things and be able to just concentrate on prayer. Now just imagine a bar mitzvah boy or a bat mitzvah girl. They're standing in front of the congregation. I can promise you they're tense. I can promise you they have stage fright and everything else. And add to that the lectern's too high or the lectern's too low. They're not going to be able to concentrate on the mission at hand, their big day where they deliver a message to the congregation. They're going to have to, unfortunately, instead of just delivering a beautiful message on their big day, be concentrated the whole time with, where do I put my papers? How do I flip the papers without them falling and everyone laughing at me? I believe that for these two reasons, it's so important to have a lectern upon which every member of the congregation, including the young and not just the older, will be able to feel welcome. So for these two reasons, A, for everyone to feel welcome, and B, for everyone to be able to concentrate on the mission and the important mission at hand, it's so important to have furniture that meets that particular goal. So maybe not all of us can have a hydraulic system for a lectern, but we can go out to a regular Jewish bookstore and buy a simple stender that goes up and down that will make not only every last bar mitzvah and bat mitzvah feel welcome, but be able to ensure that they concentrate on the mission on hand and not the things on the side. And if we do so, it would be a beautiful tribute to a great man, to Robert M. Beren.